Hi everyone, it's me again, the product owner for document filters. And thanks for joining us today for our document filters 22.4 features preview. Let's get started. So I'll quickly go over the highlights we'll be discussing during this video. We'll start out with our continuation of adding Apple iWorks 2009 support by showing Keynote 2009. We then have EXIF metadata to reorient JPEGs, font color in HD HTML outputs, some new text file rendering options, and information on how we're now publishing document filters to NuGet.org. We've now added support for Apple Keynote 2009. In our 22.3 release, if you recall, we were able to add support for Apple Pages 2009. So this is the continuation of adding support for Apple iWorks 2009 formats. Be on the lookout for more formats in later releases. EXIF metadata to reorient JPEGs. This was actually an idea from community that was drawing some interest. JPEGs can store reorientation in EXIF metadata, which is typically added on photos. We've now added a new option, JPEG reorient pages, to allow you to specify if this metadata should be respected. This is similar to our existing option for TIFF images, except now for JPEGs. So we have two screenshots here on the slide using the new JPEG reorient pages option. The one on the left has the option set to off, and the one on the right has it set to on. As you can see, using the option applies the EXIF orientation to the page. Here we actually have another idea from the community. Keep telling us what you're looking for from document filters, and we'll do our best to provide that. So the idea actually focused on the font color in HD HTML output. Prior to this change, when a font color wasn't present in a source document and was converted to HD HTML, the font color would be omitted. So we're now providing a default font color of black for cases like this. As you can see in the screenshots, we're now adding a style that gets applied to provide that black font color. So we've now added additional text file rendering options. You can now control word wrap, characters per line, and lines per page in any combination that you want. So an existing option that can have an impact is the text page width. So when combined with word wrap and characters per line, the page width will help determine where the line should be wrapped. So we have a few examples that I'll go through in the next few slides. So during these slides, I'll show the original text file on the left and the document filters rendered file with the text file rendering option applied on the right. The original text file has 10 lines and 100 characters per line. The document filters rendered document will be using all default text rendering options unless explicitly called out. So this first one is simply having word wrap turned on. You can see that the document filters file isn't able to fit all the text on one line, so it wraps it to the next. This one is the same thing, except we have word wrap turned off. So as you can see, we're not able to fit the entire line. So it gets cut off since word wrapping is disabled. This has only the characters per line option set to 100, and everything else is the default values, which means that word wrapping is turned on. You can see how having characters per line options made the output differ compared to only having word wrapping. So our last example, still using all defaults, which means that word wrapping is enabled. We then added the characters per line option and given it a value of 10, followed by the lines per page option with a value of 66. This is the most dramatic visual difference of the examples, and it actually creates 2 pages to display all of the text. Finally, we have some information on NuGet.org. So document filters is now available directly from NuGet, which should make it actually easier to consume for all projects which support NuGet packages. So there aren't any changes to the license, even though it's on NuGet. It's simply another way to consume document filters. It will also continue to be available through Community if that's your preferred way to get document filters. That's all we had for this video. Please check out our blog post for more information on this release and our documentation on how to implement this new functionality. This was our final release for 2022, but we'll be back here again in Q1 of next year. Thanks for watching.